This is Valley News Live at 5.
Hello again, everyone. 2 Minnesota officers involved in a fatal Wadena County shootout in February will not face criminal charges. Officer Jason Worm and Deputy Troy Mayer responded to a traffic stop on the night of February 27th in Sebeka, Minnesota. Within 30 seconds, 20 shots would be exchanged. 42-year-old David Savala died at the scene, and his brother, 36-year-old Shannon Savala, died shortly after at a hospital. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Bailey Hurley has been following this case for months. She joins us live in the studio to break down what happened that cold February night. Bailey?
Mike, it all started when Wadena County Deputy Troy Mayer was trying to pull over David Savala after he clocked Savala driving 80 in a 55 zone. Documents say David continued at a high rate of speed for quite some time till he got stuck in some snow. Documents say David did not comply with the deputy's commands and state Shannon soon showed up on scene with the deputy telling Shannon to stay in his vehicle. Documents say the deputy's body camera then shows David telling the officer, quote, "You've been pushing around my family for too many years and it will not happen anymore." Sebeka police officer Jason Worm soon arrived as backup when David tells the officers that he won't comply and to get out of his way. Documents say both officers then try to gain control of David outside of his vehicle when Shannon can be heard yelling at the officers to, quote, "stand down." Shortly after, documents say 5 gunshots rang out from Shannon while both officers and David are on the ground. One of Shannon's shots hit Deputy Mayer while 2 other bullets hit his brother. Documents say although hit, David started pulling a gun from his waistband while turning towards the officers. Officer Worm fired his gun twice at David and then made his way around the front of David's vehicle trying to find Shannon. Documents say 13 gunshots would then be exchanged between Shannon and Officer Worm. Autopsies on both brothers state each tested positive for meth, amphetamines, and cannabinoids. And in a statement this morning, the Wadena County Attorney's Office states Officer Worm was clearly protecting himself and wounded Deputy Mayer when he fired his gun and stated that his use of deadly force was justified. Mike.
All right, thanks so much, Bailey. Valley News Live has requested copies of the body and dash camera footage, as well as audio interviews and other documentation from that investigation. Officials tell us it's going to be some time until they're available. Well, the work week got off to a pretty decent start from a weather standpoint. However, our first alert storm team is calling for threatening weather tomorrow. Hutch is here to explain what's going on tonight. Hutch?
Mike, thanks so much. And in fact, we're watching and updating the timing of the arrival of those storms. Many of us will see them as we start the day on our Tuesday. So we want to make sure you're aware of that right away. Right now, things are a little on the breezy side from the south and temperatures all across the board. Your overnight beginning to the first alert weather day is something we want to highlight with as we get going. Here is a look at the radar. Right now, very quiet. We do have a few showers and thunderstorms starting to form. That's in central South Dakota. That means a very quiet evening for us tonight. But overnight, we could have a few storms here in the central Dakotas and the Red River Valley that become strong, and an isolated storm may be severe. Now, when they come through in the overnight hours, the risk of severe is a little bit lower. That's the good news. But it's still there. So if storms approach your area, make sure you have the Valley News Live weather app handy or tune to us right here. We'll keep you ahead of the storm. Look at the range in temperatures right now, 60s to near 90 down in South Dakota. Your planner for tonight, Mike, looks to be very quiet in Fargo until we get past about 2 to 4 in the morning. Then our chances of storms will go up. I'll have details on the track of those. We'll look ahead to the rest of your work week, which does include more chances of rain as well, which is great news in a few moments.
Rain is good. Thanks so much, Hutch. New tonight at 5, a neighborhood road has been closed late this afternoon because of a house fire. The road between 15th and 16th Street is closed because fire crews are still checking for hot spots at a home located at 1530 6th Avenue South. The fire department says the call came in about 3:30 this afternoon. Crews found a grease fire in the kitchen. One person and a pet were inside at the time. We're told that they got out safely. Authorities have identified the Lisbon man who died after crossing the center line and crashing head-on with a semi last week. 35-year-old Cody Rader was driving on Highway 32 south of Findlay when that crash happened early Wednesday morning. Troopers say that the semi was heading south on Rader's truck was going north. The truck rolled into the ditch, landed on top, and then started on fire. Radar was pronounced dead at the scene. A 54-year-old from Hillsborough was driving the semi. We're told that he was not hurt. The Fargo memory caregiver accused of a deadly assault involving one of her patients earlier this month is out of jail. Police say Rachel Cooper pushed one of her patients at Mapleview Memory Care to the ground and he suffered serious injuries. Investigators say 78-year-old Gary Peterson suffered a broken hip, was unable to recover from those injuries, so his health deteriorated until he passed away just over 2 weeks ago. Cooper is out on a $500 bond, will appear back in court next month. Meanwhile, another Fargo woman accused of killing a family friend's toddler last November is changing her plea. Brandy Adelke was supposed to go to trial on September 8th. Court documents say the trial is now canceled. She'll have a plea hearing on September 7th. Authorities say Adelke gave 15-month-old a bath, but then left her unattended. It's reported that the baby went underwater for an unknown time. It was all but brief. Adelke admitted to pinching and slapping the child's face when she was unresponsive. However, police say an autopsy revealed a number of blunt force injuries on the 15-month-old. A Cass County deputy has been formally charged with driving drunk with his kids in the car. Jacob Danielson is charged with DUI with a minor present for an August 2nd crash at Custom Express Car Wash in Fargo. He's currently on paid administrative leave while the sheriff's office investigates that incident. If he's convicted, Danielson faces a maximum penalty of up to a year in jail and a $3,000 fine. Minnesota teenagers had the scare of their lives. It was caught on camera. That group from Centerville spotted that young black bear strolling down their street last week. They first thought it was someone's dog walking by until they got a good look at it, and they hightailed it, as you saw, into the house. Problem was the front door was locked. Thankfully, Dad was nearby in the garage, heard them yelling, saw the bear, and rushed to let the girls inside. West Fargo parents can breathe a sigh of relief tonight after bus drivers for the district say that they won't leave any students without a ride to school. Concerns first surfaced last week when the district sent an email out saying that the bus drivers might not show up for work and the parents better come up with a backup plan. Well, today the drivers say that they want to clear the air, adding that they never said that they would not show up to work on the first day of school. The bus drivers are asking for an increase in wages, something they have been doing for years. The story doesn't end there. You can catch the rest of it tonight on Valley News Live at 6. NDSU, MSUM, and UND students are all back on campus, and along with the laptop, pens, and paper, students will need a face mask. The moves coincide with concerns from the rising COVID-19 case numbers. Students have to wear a mask in classrooms, hallways, open seating lounges, and teaching laboratories. The only exceptions are individual offices and private living spaces. Checking the most recent COVID-19 numbers, Cass County has 8 new cases, Clay County in Minnesota 17, Grand Forks County 18 new cases as of Saturday, and Polk County 8 new cases. Now, looking at the entire state of North Dakota, cases are at their highest since January. And it's a similar story in Minnesota, where cases are also continuing to climb. The FDA has fully approved Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine. This makes it the nation's first vaccine to move beyond emergency use authorization. President Joe Biden is now calling on those who are waiting for the FDA's approval to go and get their shots now. He also called on the private sector to encourage their employees to get vaccinated. The FDA's announcement prompted the University of Minnesota to require its students to get vaccinated, but faculty and staff will not be required to get the shot. Nearly 80,000 Minnesotans who got their first shot of the vaccine since July 30th have signed up for the state's $100 vaccine incentive program. That incentive program has helped drive up Minnesota's vaccination rate over the past month. The 7-day average for first doses administered was nearly 2,700 1 month ago. Now, Minnesota is averaging nearly 5,000 doses daily. If you're looking for a place in the area to get the vaccine, how about using our VNL vaccine tracker? It's on the homepage of our website. Or you can open your phone camera and point it to the QR code that you see on your screen. Then tap the link that pops up. Parts of Tennessee are still in serious trouble after weekend flooding. We're going to update the losses later on Valley News Live at 5.
And since Friday, many in the area have seen significant rain, where you see the yellows, a solid near inch estimate between Friday and today. Some of us, though, getting missed. Could you see rain the next 24 hours? It's a first alert weather day beginning in the overnight hours. I'll have the latest next.